Right, let's go straight to my next guest. We need to talk about Bill Clinton and the congressional investigation into the, and I quote, horrific crimes of Bill's pedo pal, Jeffrey Epstein. First up, though, Greg, welcome to the show, by the way. Greg Swenson, of course, of the Republican Overseas Organisation here in London. Donald Trump, just breaking news, Donald Trump is to meet Putin face-to-face as soon as next week. This is being reported by the New York Times, so it's probably not true. But seriously, let's give them the credit, the benefit of the doubt for once. Peace in our times?
I don't know, Kevin. By the way, it was reported in the Wall Street Journal as well, so I don't trust the New York Times either. But it did make the Journal. I'm often suspicious of the formerly great Wall Street Journal too. But yeah, I think there's obviously there's a chance, and I think it's important to President Trump. He's been trying to end this war. He's doing the best he can. It hasn't been easy with Putin, continuing to ignore peace offers or ceasefire offers, and when he keeps bombing civilians in Kyiv and other cities. So I think it's a really difficult challenge, but this is probably a step in the right direction with Steve Witkoff being spending a day at the Kremlin, and hopefully there's some progress. Interesting times.
Well, let's talk about this congressional investigation into, as I said before, this is a quote, the horrific crimes of Bill Clinton's pedo pal, Jeffrey Epstein. Now, both Bill and Hillary Clinton have been served with subpoenas to testify before Congress, Clinton, should be a painful experience for Bill Clinton because he was reported to have regularly enjoyed Epstein's shady form of hospitality and to have dined with the suspicious young girls who inhabited old Epstein's notorious Caribbean getaway, which was nicknamed Pedo Island. Now, this latest move, it's seen as a ploy by, shall we say, the Trump skeptics among the Republicans to pressurize the Attorney General Pam Bondi into releasing all of the Epstein files. But before we get to that element, we haven't got long, Greg, but the delicious prospect of Bill Clinton squirming in front of a congressional committee, I can't wait. That's going to be TV gold, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be, Kevin. But remember, he is a pro at avoiding any sort of questions. You remember, what's the definition of is, and I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss. I mean, it's just. He's really good at this, or he takes the fifth, and I'm sure Hillary has that option as well. I don't know that she's got any real downside, but I think that he has some serious downside, and this is another opportunity for, just more exposure of the files. I mean, at the same time that the congressional committee subpoenaed Bill and Hill, they also subpoenaed the information from the Justice Department. So it's interesting that Republicans are doing this, and I'm not sure what the outcome will be, but we'll see.
I mean, as I said in my intro there, these are obviously Trump skeptics among the Republicans, and indicative maybe of a lot of these MAGA people who still are upset that Trump has not come good on his promise to release all of the Epstein files. I mean, this is an ongoing problem for Donald, isn't it?
It doesn't seem to be going away, Kevin. And I think, you have, as you mentioned, you have the MAGA wing that's disappointed. They heard the promises in the campaign. And then, of course, you have the Democrats, and they're actually demanding it. Now, I think they're doing it just to harass President Trump, which they consistently do. Yeah. And remember, they had the files for 4 years when Biden was president. So, there's probably a reason they did not release them. And maybe it has something to do with Bill Clinton. We'll see.
Yeah. So Donald, it was up on the roof, wasn't he, at the White House? Was it yesterday or today? Going to check this new ballroom, and he broke out into a fit of dancing. I mean, he's an unusual president, isn't he?
He is, and it's just so refreshing. I mean, he's for someone that the maniacs on the left always criticize as being a liar and not or dishonest. he's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
He's completely candid and completely transparent. So, he's got this sort of political gift, and
yeah.
he's really good at it.
So he's up on the roof. We're just looking at the footage now. He's up on the roof, and the press corps are down on the grass outside the White House, and they're yelling at him, "Mr. President, sir, what are you doing on the roof?" And he goes, "I'm just taking a little walk." And then he starts dancing, but he's going to check this new $200 million ballroom that they're building. That seems like quite an extravagance, doesn't it?
It does. It's all privately funded, by the way, so there's no taxpayer money going to this.
Okay.
And I've been told it's pretty tasteful, which is not necessarily, the normal. Assumption. And so
with Donald,
right, it's
got a lot of time for Mr. Trump, but not much time for his taste in decor.
That's right. And so this, I've heard, just from reviews that I've read, it's very tasteful and looks great. So, good for him. He's trying to bring a little bit of excitement back to the White House.
Indeed. And to go back to Ukraine and this potential meeting between Donald Trump and Putin, I mean, I think Trump, he genuinely is a peace pursuer. He doesn't like war. That said, going into the lion's den to talk to Putin, I mean, he's a glutton for punishment, because you know what will happen? They'll have 2 hours of speech, of talks. Trump will come out and say an absolute triumph, and then the next day, Putin will carpet bomb Kiev again, won't he?
Yeah. Look, I mean, obviously he cannot be trusted. It's beyond trust but verify. It's don't trust and definitely verify. So we'll see. But look, the president is unorthodox. He'll try different things, and most of the time it works. And I think the other key here, Kevin, is this guy named Kirill Dmitriev. He's the special envoy from Moscow, and he's got a good relationship with Steve Witkoff.
Okay.
And he's very pro-Western and very pro-U.S. He's the one that's pushing Russia.
Well, let's hope that these talks work out. Greg, got to go, but good to talk to you as always. Greg Swenson there.